stage and we're just the players, like a football team made up of Leo Sayers, and the boogie is the lurking that you've got in the pan. Don't trust your dustman when he says his name is Dan, 'cause Daniel never picks up rubbish on a Friday, 'cause that's his high day. I got myself a new front set of teeth. I bought them from the bloke they called Pedro the Thief. He's a gay lord, one of the gay lords. But if you like the way he looks like a gay, you can take him to the stage and ask him to play. Hey, hey. All right. All right. All right. Good evening, the world. Good evening, the world. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm that happy. I'll do it again. Look. Anything. Give me any words. Give me any words and I'll write you a sonnet. I'm writing you a sonnet because I need a new bonnet for my Volkswagen Beetle, because it drove up the steeple of the local cathedral they built in hell. They built it with ice, they used dead mice. They never use the cats because they need them for the rats, but it's the best damn steeple that I've ever seen. Can you trust the man who always wears green? I think you don't know. What I just want you to consider, just for a moment, is although this internet broadcast situation gives the appearance of being communal, I am just a bloke in a room. There's no one else here. This is my life. Right, okay. Now, I am really happy. I know it's awful, sickly, and it's vulgar. Another person's happiness is a vulgar thing. Even when I see it in other people, I'm like, yeah. Not really. I love to see it. I'm a witnesser. Hang on, what's the tape measure doing now? 8 inches. Oh, I know what that was for. I can't believe I got away with it. DOS in Uno Journey. Thank you, Tito. Not a problem. Oh, Lumi's here. We've got a bit of Lumi singing coming. I can tell you what, that's something to watch. I don't practice. I just guess. I'm a guesser. Guesser! Why does my tooth look discoloured? That tooth is not discoloured. It just isn't. I suppose the fact that it looks discoloured would give you the impression. How do I get my gold teeth to show more? Maybe I need to smile wider. All right. Hi. I went to a lecture once. I've told it before. I was asked to be on the panel. Right. I was so out of my depth. The symposium. just anything I'll do now. The weekend of talks, we'll call it. What's it called? Someone tell me what that's called. The thing was called. What was it? Oh, bollocks! I've got to get this right. It was called Thinking Alien. Thinking Alien, and it was all about symposium's fine, consortium I'll take whatever you want, and it was all about the alien. Yeah, whatever that would mean to you, otherness, difference, right? And I was asked, I have told this before, so I made a cup of tea if you've heard it. The bloke that ran it, he seemed to think that I was up to the PhD level of everyone else who was taking part. I think he thought I was doing a doctorate there. I was barely scraping past my master's degree. I had to retake my dissertation as well. I said that dissertation is going to fail. And my tutor went, too much ecstasy. I went, no, psychotic girlfriend. He went, much the same. And it did fail. And I retook it and passed with flying monochromatics. And anyway, this bloke said, will you take one of the, so that two people who have flown in from America, will you chair that debate? And I was like, yeah, of course I will. This won't be a problem. So these two proper feminists, blue hair to the right, jokers to my left. Here I am, stuck in the middle with moi. I remember there was a cup of water there. And at one point when I picked it up, I was going... If you're on stage, paper's the worst. Paper is the absolute worst. If you write something down, you'll go, I'm just going to consult my notes. Don't do it. And of course, all my mates, none that I'd made at Leeds. I had no friends at Leeds. I had one mate. If you've read that novel, Tired, etc., that was my one mate. And he was in the front with just his eyes dripping down his face from chain smoking blunts for 2 years. And I was going, hello, welcome to Thinking Alien. I wish I hadn't had that bong in the toilets 3 minutes ago of the Northern Lights numero 5 that I grew myself in the basement. Hydroponics, here we go. And I said, welcome to Thinking Alien. There's some people to talk and some people to listen. Can you imagine? It was shocking. And then I went, well, without further ado, i.e., I don't know what to say. I've done no research or work on this. Let's go to our first speaker. Oh, what's your name? I had to turn around and look what her little name banner was. It's Dr. Sandra Jakarpes. Okay, Sandra, fire away. And then she started talking about Nietzsche, right? But she called him Nietzsche. She had some really weird one, Nietzsche. And I was like, oh, is that the same bloke? I honestly thought, is she talking about Nietzsche? Or is Nietzsche someone else? How am I going to respond to that, not knowing who she's talking about? I got it in the end because she mentioned Thus Spoke Zarathustra. And I thought, nah, it's my man. It's my man, Freddie. And she was talking about how we use the intellectual aesthetic. I said that this morning. I think that's my new combination. An intellectual aesthetic, aka theme, right? The way Freddie Boy Nietzsche used Freddie Nietzsche, you know the fella, lived down the road, wrote a lot, wanked himself to death, got the sif. Hello Nietzsche, how's it going? I've got the sif. I'm siffed up, haven't I? She was talking about how he used the metaphor of the desert in his writing, right? And I didn't understand because he didn't. He didn't. He mentioned the word desert a few times, but I don't know if that counts as the body of work. I think that's just her wanting to talk about deserts, really. And so when she'd finished, I had to then chair it. So I was like, okay. Thank you for your... There was about 200 people there, all these professors and fuck knows who, these Nietzschean specialists. I think at that point I'd read Ecce Homo, hashtag no Ecce, that Zarathustra. What else did I read by Nietzsche at that point? Oh, there's the other one, isn't there? The Genealogy of Morals, which was less of a reading, more of a looking at words for a couple of days. And so I went, well, that was exciting. I'd like to ask you, Sandra, are there deserts in the contemporary philosophical realm that writers could perhaps utilize in a similar way as young Frederick? And she went, no. No. That was it. And she went, no. She didn't like me. I was a man. She just went, no. I went, no, okay. And the audience started laughing because it was obviously that she was a bitch. And bitch! And I was like, okay. So when Freddie Boy uses the desert, I'm wondering if that's like, because if you look at Zarathustra quickly, tap into something I actually know a bit about. I went, well, it's interesting because in Zarathustra, Freddie Boy says that he arrived in the land of the future, and time was his only contemporary. And there's quite an interesting play on words there, that space was also his contemporary. And that has a sense of the sort of the timelessness of the desert, if you see what I mean. And she went, no. So I just looked at the audience and was like, and they started laughing. And I thought, fuck it. She's not playing ball here. I'm doing my best here. And she was just like, no. And I was like, okay. And I went, anyway, moving on. And the audience absolutely cracked up. She left, walked out. Don't laugh. How dare you enjoy yourselves? You're at a talk. This is all about me. That's what her problem was. She wanted me to go, you're excellent. Say some more. But I actually asked her something. And anyway, so I said, okay, moving on. Turned around to this one. Black all-rim glasses. Rather large. Blue hair. But black roots. Yeah. Not like African roots. I mean, in her hair. So hard these days, you know. Walking down the politically correct tightrope is rather like sliding down a razor blade on your balls. So I've turned to the other one and gone, what wonderful intellectual delights are you going to share with us today then, Chakaska? And she went, okay, I will. Can you be quiet? She actually asked him to be quiet. I was thinking, no, fuck off. You don't get that. You don't demand it. And of course, when she demanded it, they were all like, what the fuck? And she started talking about prosthetic identity. Hang on. Whoa. Actually, quite an interesting concept. You know, like back in the day, as kids, we had scrapbooks. You know, you had things, you put them in scrapbooks. And it's kind of, what is a scrapbook? What is it? It's like a collection of things that you associate with yourself. You know, I never said to someone else, do you want to have a look at my scrapbook? It's like a visual diary, really. And she was talking about, and you know, this was before iPhones and things, but it was computing. And she was talking about the digital prosthetic identity, right? Same again. When she finished, I was like, oh. So when and then I've gone from a water all up my boat. When they finally make us into robots, my mate was in tears of laughter. He was just crying in the front row, out of his nut. So, and I that is verbatim what I said to this doctorate critical theory student lecturer. When they actually turn us into robots, I was out of my nut. Did I point that out? I was stoned as a beagle. When they actually turn us into robots, will we have robotic scrapbooks or anything? And she went, should we take some questions from the audience? She just slapped me. But she did give me an out though. So I was like, yeah. You over there in the front row with the red eyes, you got anything to say? He just went, fuck off. And that was Thinking Alien, Leeds University Cultural Studies Symposium. Shocking. Gives me the shivers thinking about it. In the future, when they turn us into robots, I don't think she was expecting that at all. Right, let me get this damn grift out of the way. 1 second. I've got a load of clips for you. I've got a few Telegram videos to play here. I might even give you another song. We've got Lumi singing. Honestly, you know, yesterday he said it. It was a bit of a, what did they used to call them? What did they used to call it? A humble brag. Remember the humble brags? Remember them? Someone wrote a book out of them. And the old humble brags. Lumi, yes, he was like, anyway, can't say. Got to go singing. See ya. And we're all like, what are you singing? What are you singing, Looms? And I said, I reckon he's like songs of praise down at the old local church en français. Oh, see each other, say he get caught up. And he sent me the email. He went, here's me. Well, as usual, he forgot to send the link the first time, every time. All scrubs do it. Oh, check this out. Nothing. And then he sent it to me. So he sent it to me. Here's me Gregorian chants. That I'll tell you what, that's going to surprise you. Oh, I'll tell you, it's going to surprise ye. But I've got loads of not even modern, not postmodern, but hardly Renaissance. I've got a various selection of clippery. Look, let me just explain the excitement. I've finished work today. It was quite hard going. Although we did have a team meeting, and I didn't say, when I get down, I get up again. I'm not going to let nobody keep me down. I didn't make an old woman stand up on the table and sing that. We actually had quite the giraffe. And that's nice, you know. We have these team meetings every couple of weeks because we're all in different continents. Not all, hashtag not all. And if you've got people such as myself working out on your own, you can be, this is one of the problems of remote working, that you can sometimes forget you're part of a team. And being part of a team, being part of a group effort is good for you. You know, it makes you feel like you're just less sort of like a supplement to something. Do you know what I mean? Like an appendage, like a prosthetic identity when they turn us into robots, Shikaster. And we were all giggling. We all had a laugh. And I thought, this is good. This is what a team meeting should be like. People smiling, people happy. You know, if you have a team meeting, everyone's like, then you're like, no, this ain't going well. But they weren't. It was good. So there you go. But it was quite difficult after that because of all these fucking shipping issues that are going on and supply chains that Jen Psaki says aren't happening and it's our fault or some old rollocks. Cheryl Peters, you lovely lady. She says, groovy, grifty, Thursday, Chursday. I can't believe you actually read the name of this stream. I hope you all recognise that this is the Thursday, Chursday, Weresday. I think it's fair enough to say that is the least stroke most, think about it, effort I've ever put into a title. The Thursday, Chursday, Weresday. It means so much to me, Cheryl Peters, that you recognise that and have quoted it thus. Nice one on the Lady Godiva. Hello, Amy in Connecticut. Height. Nice to see you. It's nice actually because I give Jimmy all his subs and he's giving me Amy back. I mean, 20-1. What are you going to do? Lovely. Nice to see you, Amy. Good to see you. Now, this is why Cheryl Peters, this is why I'm absolutely booming, because it was a bit tricky at work. The meeting was lovely, but work's work. That's why you get paid for it. And as I was coming to the end of it, I was thinking, I want to get the stream out early tonight, because not only has a scrub sent me the information that there's a new Velvet Underground documentary out. Oh, shit. So that's going to kill 2 hours that I should be writing. So I want to watch that, and then I'm going to get this story not finished. I know I won't finish it tonight because what's happened is it's about 4,000 words, and I'm only on Wednesday, and it's actually going to be structured. Check out my plot device. Check out this, right? I've been writing for 40 years. This is how I've structured it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. I mean, you know, and so I doubt that'll get finished, but I do need to work on it. So it's lovely because on Friday's just like, yeah, and I love it. Although I do work, I remember telling you ages ago, I decided I wasn't going to work Fridays, and since then I've worked more Fridays, but I don't need to, and it's that not needing to. It's not fucking need to. I just don't need to. Hello, Scar. Good to see ya. So, yeah, so I'm absolutely chuffed because I've got the weekend to myself and it's going to just be a writing malarkey. I might even not stream Saturday Arvo. Although I do most of my writing after midnight, so I probably will. It's quite good. Oh yeah, Greg, it'll be the Sunday video, the Sunday, what was it? Multi-clip extreme or something. Yeah, the Sunday morning's a chiller. The Sunday afternoon is the multi-clip extravaganza or something like that. So we'll have a laugh. Hello, Emrys. Yeah, we're good. I feel like it. I'm good. Anyway, I can certainly say that. Illuminati Kcharpasuti has dropped a Lady Godiva into the entropy. Even before I have put out the info. He says, I thought it was Friday. No. So you are going to have the experience of waking up on Friday twice in 1 week. So not all bad. Not all bad at all. This is what Illuminatus said. Lume. He said, this €6. I thought it was Friday. No. That'll be all that Gregorian chanting you've been doing, Luminatus, which we're going to have a look at very shortly. Nice one on the Donatiata Carto. Did you think it was as well? Are we in trouble? Have I fucked this up? Is it Friday? Let me check. Unless my computer's died, it's certainly Thursday. Anyway, there you go. Double Friday. It's like the Kit Kat at the end of the week. Right. Where were we? IR asks a very pertinent question. Chris, ever thought your migraines may be subconscious? I don't really know what subconscious means. I know what unconscious means. I'm not calling you out. I'm calling myself out. I don't really understand it. Underconscious. It's kind of, sub is kind of, you know, it's like topographical, isn't it? It's like a place. But I don't procrastinate. No, I'm a doer. It's just not having time. You know, when I talk about my novel, it's not that it's not getting done through. I don't sit around going, "Oh, I really should be doing it." I'm always doing shit. The only time you'll catch me doing nothing is watching a movie, two a day, every day of the week. Yeah, I doubt it's that. It's actually that light, but I haven't had it on all day. I put it on now because that's not all day. But when I'm looking at this monitor, I've got a spotlight in my eye, and I haven't had an headache since. So this is ridiculous. But, you know, there you go. Absolutely, Dan. I anti-crastinate. Thank you, Grego. Thank you for explaining that. A little bit of respect would be much appreciato. Thank you, Grego. I'll tell you why I end up looking at building log cabins, because I'm trying to show you people stuff that might entertain, inspire, motivate, and get you living in a log cabin. That's why. Not a problem. Not a problem. I appreciate your thoughts. Right. Let me get this grift out of the way. I reckon I've got this down to a nice 20 seconds. Start the clock now. All right, there you can become a member of this channel. Top link in the description. You get private videos. There's free strata. If you join the top one, you can see all the private videos. So join the second one, just the bottom two. Join the bottom one, just that one. Bottom one's only like £1. Lovely. If everyone put £1 in, happy days. Not Fonzarella though. 2, super chat. It's in the corner. It's a $sign under the chat. I'll put it in the chat and pin it to the top. Or, oh no, I fucked it up. Super chat's the $sign in the corner under the chat. Entropy is now going in the chat. Sorry, I screwed it. Stop the time. Stop the watches. It's all over. See what happens when I put the pressure on. Yeah, I've done it. Right, so the super chat's down there. You all know where this shit is anyway. And entropy, hey, entropy is linked in the description, but it's also pinned up there. Pinner! Right, so where are we? It's a fair old question. I got an email today. Oh, I got about 500. No shit. Hello. And this bloke said to me, hello, Chris. he said, I was hoping you could maybe sort me out with a bit of, you know what? I was like, he said, I'm going to be down in California by the weekend. I think he's got lucky stroke unlucky with the name and he's sent it to the wrong bloke. I was like, I wrote back and went, I said, I probably would actually, but I'm in Cambodia. Imagine he writes back though and still thinks it's the same bloke. He goes, whoa, how did you end up out there? And I'll tell him. And then he'll get back to me. I wonder how long I can keep that going, but without lying. Do you know what I mean? So if he writes back and go, oh, how'd you get out there then? And I sort of go, well, I'd had enough of Soho. And it was time to move on, do something different. And he writes back and goes, I didn't know you were in Soho. I'll be like, yeah, about 12 years, mate. And then he keeps coming backwards and forwards. Anyway, so he goes, I see your dad the other day. I go, no shit. What, like a ghost? They go, what do you mean? I go, well, he's been dead about 30 years. Go, fuck off. Who's that with your mother then? I go, don't know, must be a new boyfriend or something. Just keep going for the. I don't think that's going to work. I think he's going to write back to me and go, sorry, wrong Chris. But you know, you can wish upon a star. Can you wish upon a star? Can you find your dreams among? I didn't want to rhyme star with bra, especially can you find your dreams among the bra selection in Dorothy Perkins. More lacy undies than a square foot in tiger feet. Where should we go first? I'll tell you where we're going to go first. Thank you, Pags. There's always one around, isn't there? Do you know what? That would be amazing. Well, I told you the story of the glamour model. I've made a video about it. I thought, how do I pull a glamour model? How do I pull? You know the story, right? But I want to tell you the intro because the intro and the outro are the best bits. The middle bit's just a bit. I thought, how do I pull a sexy American glamour model? So I thought about it like this. And I thought, what I do is I find one who's hot. I'll show you a picture of her. I'll show you a picture of the one I found. If you wish upon a star, it would appear that she's no longer upon the internet. Hang on, mate. She had a few different names, though. Hang on. I'm sure if I add bikini babes to the situation, I know who that is. I can tell by the avatar. Old Oak! Any old Oak! Any old Oak! Any old Oak! Right. How do I find this bird? There must be another way of finding her because this ain't working. I'll be with you in a minute. Old Oak says for the Grift. Nice one, Mr. Oak. Much appreciated. Well, someone said, did her legs fall off? No, she committed suicide. But finding her is proving hard work. I actually put a couple of pictures of her. I'll tell you what, if I find the actual video, that's the best way. Say and see. Right, what was the video called? Anyone remember what that video's called? What's it called? A model, a junkie, and a lie. That's it. Model, junkie, lie. Because if I remember rightly, at the end of the video, I put some pictures of her. There we go. There it is. True story. A model, a death, a junkie, a lie. 1 second. I think the outro was pictures of her. I won't tell you the whole story. I'll link it to the video, but it's rather spectacular. See what I did there? This was shot in Patong. There you go. Right. So check it. Thank you, Old Oak. Much appreciated. Follow his example, people. Even if it's $1. Imagine half of you put in $1. Imagine that. Imagine. Just a quid. How different things would be. Check this out. So this is the end of the video, right? You don't put in $1 though. You can also put 10, 20. It's your call. So look, this is a true story. I'll tell you. I sort of want to show you the bird first. No, that's the wrong way of doing it. So I thought, how do I pull a sexy American bikini model? No, real true story. I was living in a little shitty junky bedsit where the bed was in the cupboard. It was so gross in that place. It was in that place. I was banging my mate's girlfriend the day he left her. He rang me up and went, I've left that bird. I went, oh, no, terrible. Anyway, I've got to go. Hang on. No, I've got things to do. Oh, you left him. Oh, he left you. Do you want to come round? Oh, you know, you're probably quite sad. Sweet, see you in a minute. Fucked her. And then halfway through the sex, I thought, this isn't quite what I thought it would be. So I said, wait there, I've just got to sort something out. I've gone into the kitchen, put together a speedball. That's heroin and crack, right? It's quite heavy going. It's one of the strongest sedatives in the world and one of the strongest stimulants in the world. So you just come out of it going, no! And so I've jabbed it in, but because I'm in a rush, because I didn't want the little fella to become a littler fella, I've got back on the job and it's sort of like, wow, yeah, oh, that's better. Oh, yeah. And then I've looked down, and because my blood was racing so fast, and because I'd done it really quickly, and because I've got back on it, there was just blood pumping out the hole in my leg, all over her and me, just claret everywhere. And I had to think quick, and I went, shit, you're bleeding. You silver-tongued devil, Dangerfield. And she looked down and went, oh, no, I'm sorry. I was like, no, you don't. Well, okay, fair enough. I said, maybe go and clean up or something. So she sort of went to the toilet. I've quickly run into the kitchen and cleaned it all off. Anyway, that happened in that pad. So there was blood all over the bed, and, you know, I didn't change my sheets because I didn't have any. It was just straight on the mattress. So what are you meant to do? Buy a new mattress? What? Spend money on anything but junk? Behave. It wasn't too good when other girls come round, and I was like, so should we get on with it? She said, yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned about the blood stains on the bed. It's weird, isn't it? They were here when I got here. Anyway, so in that flat, I thought, how do I pull a glamour model? And I thought, right, first thing, find one. So I got on the internet, found a right sexy one, right? And then I thought, right, how am I going to spin this? So I got a mate to write me a little script years ago. I can put someone's name in, and it will do every single variety of email. So if it's like Chris Dangerfield, right? It will do chris.dangerfield@Yahoo, Gmail, blah, 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 blah. Chris Dangerfield 1, 2, you know, it just send off hundreds. So it's just like, it's almost like a brute force kind of thing. And I said, hi. I won't tell you a name. That wouldn't be right. Hi. I said, my life is disappearing down the plug hole, and you look like a successful LA glamour model. I've got terrible drug problems, and I'm probably going to die soon. I was wondering if we could get to know each other. That's not a bad long distance pull, is it? And I said, and what we'll do, we'll put all the communicado together. We'll collate the chats and see where it goes. And at the end of it, we'll publish a book about this weird bloke in Dartford who got in touch with a glamour model in Los Angeles. And she wrote back and went, all right, I'm in. And I was like, fucking good stuff. Big tits. And we did. And we slowly fell in love. Shit you not. The video, I'll link you to it so you can watch it. But she does kill herself. I'm not going to tell you any more spoilers. It's quite a dark story, but I'll link you to the video. Anyway, she was even doing we ended up doing video calls where she was just on a cyber ASL, and it was quite the result up until the death bit. You know, really, you live in Phnom Penh? Please tell me you don't. That's a nightmare for me because I'm coming around tonight, sweetheart. You have to, thanks, Rags, but it's nothing you didn't already know. And Rags! Sorry, I'm just practicing Tourette's tonight because I think it's fucking lies. So I'll link you to the video, but check out the bird because I link to her at the end of the video. So basically, I'm just showing you, if you reach out and find life, it's there for the taking, but it will not come and sit on your lap. Have a little look at this bird I pulled across the Atlantic, and I really did. It was quite the steamy affair. This is in Patong.
It's brilliant.
That's her. There she is. There you go. Wouldn't kick that out of bed for farting, would you? Oh my God. Would you like to see again without the adverts? I think I selected well. I liked her eyes, to be honest with you. There's something about them that made me feel like I wanted to get close to them. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, I'll link you to the... See, being a weirdo, Rags, it kind of works. I'll link you to the video, people. It really is worth a watch, because although I've just told you what you think is the spoiler... Oh, no. That story goes twisting. And it's absolute gospel as well. Here you go. I'll put the link in the chat. Don't watch it now, though. That would be ridiculous. Always birds who try and put a little dig in. Well, what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? I am a bloke. There's not many of us left. Yeah, we've looked at them. I don't buy it. It's not real. It's not real. It's a choice. Tourette's is a choice. Like most of those mental illnesses, it's a choice. It's behavioural. Science hasn't quite worked out what is exactly happening in the brain. No, because it's behavioural. They're choosing to do it. It gets them attention. It gets them notoriety. You know, we all do things like that to get attention. Not like that. We all do things to get attention. We do things to have an identity. And they do. It's behavioural. I'm not buying it. Do you remember? Hello, Moslab. Good to see you, son. Do you remember that that one we watched? The girl with her family. She was making cakes, and it was her aunties and uncle, and it was just like, yeah, you're making it all up. I am not buying that for a minute. But I'll put it in the chat again, so you can go and watch that in your own time. Hayden says you don't understand Tourette's. Well, it's not. So I'm not making this up now, Hayden. I'm not making this up now. This geezer's ringing me. He went to prison for 5 years for fraud. He's still there. He's on day release. He doesn't know live. Christopher, before you say anything, I'm streaming live right now, and they'll hear everything you say.
Okay, call me later.
Yeah, well, it might be a bit late, but you're UK, and you. All right, I'll call you after. About an hour and a half.
All right, bye.
Nice to hear from you.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, he used to do a bit of work for us years ago, and he got a bit above himself and ended up getting banged up for 5 years. He had it all. He had the big house in Oxford, wife, kids. Bless him. Lovely bloke as well. Turned my you know, I always say read Felix Dennis's How to Get Rich. It was him that told me to read that. It was him that turned my business from a man sitting in his room just going, I've got these to sell, to a proper business. And he ended up 5 years. I think he gets out next year, but he's on day release at the moment. He sent me an email earlier. That's why. No, that's the first time I've spoken to him in 6 years since he's been away. But I thought I'd better tell him in case he implicated himself or me. Going back to the Tourette's, that someone said I didn't understand. It isn't something that I've just made up on the spot. It's something that I have investigated quite in depth, alongside the likes of my man Jeffrey Sharla. But, you know, we can disagree. That's fine. No, JC. No. That is gold. I can't believe Grego grassed you up. Look at it. Grego said, JC done an awesome in entropy. You've been very, very generous this week, JC. It's very, very kind of you. Now I can eat. Tourette's, come on, man. Let me practice being Tourette's. Fruit Snake says people most likely imitates Tourette's. No, they don't. You cunt! Johnny's Not Mad was the funniest program ever, though. Let's face it. The second one weren't so good because I was older when I saw it. Nice one. JC has dropped 40 saying this is gold. And Grego said hashtag $3 club. I'll tell you what, I'll take it any way it comes, you lovely little Grego. Nice one, JC. What a wonderful sentiment as well. I am really enjoying streaming at the moment. And thank you. A broadcast thank you. They didn't get anywhere near enough airtime. That's not fair. Grego's always donating and JC's put in loads in the last few days. There you go. Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put my little head next to it as well and go like this. Whoa! Whoa! Thank you. Loads of you have been emailing me going, you're on fire lately. And that's a lovely thing to say. But here's what I've learned. When my missus comes over, I don't do 2 a day. So that's a little bit of a rest. It's quite hard doing 2 a day. This isn't... But, 4 hours of yapping and doing my day job, then writing. I don't think I need that. You don't need that to make that noise, do you? You need this. When I said, I'm not streaming ever again, see you later, I'm gone, I hate it. What I actually needed to do was say, people, I need a break. Hello, Gaffney. So I need to manage that. So in about 4 or 5 weeks, I'll say, I'm not going to stream for 10 days or something and just have a rest. That's all I need to do. And that way I can maintain this high level of absolutely no content. Fuck off. I told a story about a model and something about blood on the bed. Right. Now I've loosened you up with a bit of singing. That was quite nice, wasn't it? Held it nice there. Oh, I'm still looking at her, though. Can I make you look at her? Because it's making me feel a little bit... It's weird, isn't it? Looking at birds. I don't want to be alone in this. Oh, stroboscopic. Epileptics, turn away now. Look, she's a flasher. Ha, ha, ha. That weren't worth its price in gold, was it? There she is. There she is. See you later, my love. Maybe in the next life. Right. I've got to get that off my fucking screen. Talk about distracting. Not distracting. Another word. Right. Now, so I've been singing. I've loosened you up with a... I need a piss, man. Not a wee-wee. I need a piss man. It's a man that will come along and hold your penis when you're weeing if it's going to take a long time. They're called a piss man. It's a standard job. There also used to be men in London that used to go around and collecting real poo, and they were called shit men. They were. I'm not joking. They were the shit men of Soho. There's some there now, but they weren't born there. Fucking hell! Whoa! Watch out, Susan! I'm coming for you. So Illuminatus, the dirty bastard. He told us he was going singing yesterday. He said, see you later, people. I've got better things to do than hang around here listening to this wanker. And he said he's going to sing. And I suggested it was songs of praise. Now, brace yourself, because this is quite cringy. Oh, what's happening here? Illuminatus went out with his tomatoes and said, I can't hang around here, I've got songs to sing. And every song he sung went like this. My name's Lumi. I'm quite roomy in the mind. You can use that, people, if ever you want to tell someone they're not all there. Tell them they're a bit roomy in the mind. No. So this is actually your friend of mine, OG Scrub, writer of children's fiction. Sorry, fantasy. Sorry, Lumi. Come on, man. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. This is Illuminatus and his band. If I get a copyright match, is this copywritten? Because when I watched it earlier, I thought these have got to be on a big label. Oh, my hair's all over my face. Oh, that's better. Oh, hang on. There is one left. There you go. So, Lumi's got a band. He's the singer in a band. What's the song? Beatles. And in the evening, he's a singer in a band. Oh, bloody, oh, blada, Lumi sings. Whoa, Lumi sings. So here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Lumi's the one on vocals. All right. We might have audio problems because I've never shared from Odyssey before. And Lumi's singing. Come on. Come on. You bowl 'em, I'll bat 'em. It's a cover, is it? It's a cover? There might be problems there because the music is what they own, not just the sound. Are you ready? Are you going to get your family round? Look, Daddy's on telly. Daddy's on the internet. Is that the song, do you reckon? It's something like that. It's certainly something like that. Right, here we go, people. Illuminatus in his band. I think this one's called Pub Rock. Here we go. Is it a cover, Lumi? Tell me seriously, because there might be a problem there. Thank you, John. Why is my vape not working? Where's Lumi? Look, he's run away now. I want him to fucking tell me if it's a cover or not. Yes, like is good. Thank you, what's name? Thanks. Once to Reddit and once not. It's a cover, but it's on Odyssey. Oh, yeah. But I'm broadcasting on YouTube. See the problem? RMF has multiple problems with this still. Okay. Right, here we go. Let's I'm just going to do it again to make sure we've got the audio, because that wouldn't be fair to Lumi to fuck it up. Right, we're going to take it from the top. I don't think I'll get a copyright match, but I might get, when they, what happens. Right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Lumi and his mates, it's their band. Risk it. Look, he's over the moon. Here we go. No, let me know you can hear it. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Let me know if you heard that. Okay, here we go, people. Ladies and gentlemen, Lumi and the Lumettes. Let's go. Power going there.
When you see me coming, you know I'm running wild. There's no light and nothing to find me at all. I think I don't know. Think I'm going fall. There ain't no help to stop me. I like to not cry. The mother boy in the lip. Let's go now.
Whoa.
Don't change, hold me down. Always bring away. I never hear the sign. Tell me what to do. I walked on, but I'm the band. I'm amongst the nightlife. I think I step aside. And when they see me coming, they know I'm running wild. Running wild. Running wild. Yeah.
I'm having a piss. Sorry, I'm having a wee-wee. I thought it was longer. Not the song. Hang on. Oh, now I've called myself all sorts of problems. Hang on, I'm going to get in all sorts of trouble for this. There you go, people. There you go. I mean, is there no end to that man's style? Is there no end to Lumi's talents? There you go. There you go. There he was. That's what he does. Fair play to him. Goes out, makes it happen. Life won't come to you. Life. I know so many people who, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm sorry. We're not going to go down this road, but they're mainly stoners. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. And they never get anything done. And they wake up when they're about 45 and go, I've done fuck all. I've smoked a lot of weed, though. But Lumi does it. Lumi has written books. Lumi's published books. Lumi writes poetry. Lumi got himself a Substack. Lumi goes and sings in a band. Lumi's got a family. Lumi's got an house. Lumi's in France. He does things. Life will not come to you. And I say absolutely fair play to him. He obviously enjoys it, and why not? Nice one, Lumi. Sorry about the piss, though. I just thought this is my... I can still hear it. I heard it earlier. I didn't think, oh, fuck this. This is my... There's lots of drops of wee-wee coming out, though, a little bit. It's quite sensual in a way. So there you go. That was Illuminatus getting me a copyright strike. Now, people who said, you're all right, son. People who said that you can play copywritten music if it's not the right thing, you can't. You still can get blocked because the copy, listen to what it is, copyright. It's the right to copy the music. And I've had copyright claims for covers. I've had them. So I that is the case. You know, it comes down to the music. Because if that wasn't the case, I know. I'm gonna sing. I've written a song called "I Am the Walrus." I'm gonna record it and release it. I mean, it ain't John Lennon and all that lot singing it. It's me and my mates, so we'll be all right. But it's that they own the copyright, the right to copy the music. When you actually get that copyright, you hand in the notation. I'm making most of that up, but you know the truth will out. So there you go, nice one, Lumi. Thanks for sending that on. Well, John, it's like a writing platform. I use it for my autobiographical fiction. There's a link in the description, and there's 12 already in the archive, and there'll be a new one coming out later today, tomorrow. Sometime, yeah, man, exactly. And this is another fella who's done it, another man who's gone out and got life. People who wait, it drives me fucking mad because I saw this is going to sound like Allen Ginsberg's Howl in a minute. I saw the best minds of my generation. But I did. I saw the best minds of my generation screwed on a diet of cannabis and fucking delivery pizzas. And these were kids that I grew up with who were as fast as that, sharp as knives. And I thought, you know, we're all going to do well. We're going to be successful. We're going to have great lives. And they're still doing what they were doing at 15. They're still sitting at home. I'll tell you what, I'm going to start this week. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to sign up Monday. And then the week after, you know what, I'm going to take up fishing or something. And they've done nothing. It's so sad. But, you know, there you go. There you go. Sezu says, I thought it was a big sandwich. Well, I don't know what that means, but that's all right. It's all right. That's all right. Right. What else have we got for you? Oh, wasn't that nice, though? Wasn't that lovely? Right. A very small one for you here. I think this is what it is. This is on Rumble, of which I've never shared a video before. So hopefully it will work. That's how you make it bigger. Livy. You don't want it any bigger than it already is, I can assure you. Now, this is brilliant. So this is at some kind of race track or something. And the presenter wants to kick it off with a bit of youthful gusto. This is a very small clip. I'd like to thank Sally from Dartford for supplying this little clippage. It's about 12 seconds long. Inches. So just prepare themselves. Now, I'm not going to ruin it, but I've spoken a lot about this and I will repeat it afterwards. Now, I need an audio check. Otherwise, it'll be a waste of time. And I've never done a rumble before. So let me know you can hear it.
Oh, parts. They're going to help.
There you go. Did you get that? Maybe I can turn the volume up. No, volume's on full. Did you hear that? He went, farts. See you later, S. What a terrible shame. Where are you going? Well, you can't have anything better to do than this. I am gutted. Where's Livy? Where's Jordan when you need her? Right, you can hear it. Right, so check this out. So bear in mind, those kids, check out the one in the middle. What is he, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old? I don't know. Check it.
Oh, parts. They're going to help kick this thing off. All right, guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Drivers, start your engines. Let's go, Brandon.
40.
Can we just... We were talking the other day about meme magic and how this one is the meme of the year so far. And it's going to be hard-pressed to beat it. It wasn't contrived, but it was organic. It rose out of the earth of culture, all on its own. Oh, the crowd are shouting, let's go, Brandon. Yeah, that's what's happening. And it's gone like wildfire. I'll call it now. That'll be banned on Twitter and Facebook. Any day now. Any day now, that'll get a banning. That kid is about 8 or 9. I don't know how fucking old he is. And he knew that was naughty. He knew that was naughty. And he that wasn't what they rehearsed. Let's have a look at it again because it's awesome. And then the cheeky little fucker must have known beforehand, thinking, I wonder if I'll... And, you know, he must know that this is a thing. You know, he's on the internet. That little thing is probably in Powell on 4chan. And he thought, oh, here's my moment.
Oh, parts. They're going to help kick this thing off. All right, guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Drivers, start your engines. Let's go, Brandon.
41.
Did you see his cheeky little face when he looked around as if to go, nailed it. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you, Sally. That's excellent. Absolutely superb. Yes, Moslab. It's like a hip-hop tune, isn't it? #1 on Apple Music. I think it is pretty doing. It's smashed Spotify as well, and I think iTunes was going pretty well. It's absolutely superb. And again, just the organic nature of it. It is just, I love it. I love memes. I love them. When they're like that, what can compete with that? I mean, you can't guess, because if you could, you'd have it. But I don't think we're going to get a meme that strong this year. And I do believe in meme magic. I do believe in meme magic. I really do. I think it has incredible power. It's marketing. Essentially, it's marketing. You know, imagine you're a business, right? Not you. Like, that would be weird. Hello, what's your name? I'm a limited company. But imagine that you worked for a business and you could get that sort of traction for no money, no investment, no money. And, I mean, do you know how long it takes to establish a brand? You're looking at about 4 or 5 years. You've got to do interview after interview after interview. You've got to get small adverts in local rags. You've got to build the foundation. You've got to slowly build it up. There's no point having a massive advert in Times Square for starters. People would think, well, if you had $5 million, you could just advertise it in Times Square. Because there's no background. It hasn't been implanted. There's nowhere to anchor that. To make that have its value, you've got to have had loads of local advertising. You've got to have had loads of product placement. You've got to build up to the point where when people see it in Times Square, it links in with loads of unconscious messaging around that brand that you've been unknowingly, unwittingly absorbing over the past few years. And then suddenly, bosh, and then it's in you. But one stupid interviewer said, the crowd are saying, let's go Brandon. And in a matter of days, half the world knows it. It's incredible. It's incredible. You know, these are the things of marketers' dreams. And I love it. And that's why I do believe in meme magic, because I know that marketing works. You know, I'm fully aware of the statistics and things. This is quite annoying. This is quite the change of pace, but definitely worth a look. Someone's going to get blamed for the supply chain crisis. I wonder who it's going to be. Let's have a look. It's your friend of mine, Memology 101. If you want to find him, you have to search Memology 102. That isn't good marketing. Hit it.
Thanks, Jen. I just want to follow up on the supply chain that you just said was you were seeing some serious progress on that front. So a couple of questions. Yeah. There. So the port of Long Beach yesterday saw this new record broken. 100 vessels at anchor waiting to enter. Normally pre-COVID, they're seeing.
You probably can't hear that, but 100 vessels anchored up. I mean, have you seen the footage of all these cargo vessels just in the port, just sitting there with hundreds of millions of pounds worth of people's businesses going down the pan, sitting at sea, like cargo vessels. Cargo vessels come in, go out. Next one comes in, goes out. And they're just all sitting there like cruise ships. Oh, we're going to have a couple of days on Montenegro. That's the Black Mountain. Before young Susan decides to chop my bollocks off. So, yeah, they're all parked up. And, well, how's the wonderful, beautiful apple of the world's eyes, Jen Sarkey, going to respond to that little question?
17 ships, give or take, at anchor. Is the president satisfied today on where things stand?
The president is satisfied that progress continues to be made.
Demand is off the charts. Retail sales are through the roof.
And one of the reasons that there has been so much traffic in a lot of these ports.
And if you think about those images of ships, for example, waiting at anchor on the West Coast, you know, every one of those ships is full of record amounts of goods.
Is because there are more goods that are being ordered by people across the country.
That Americans are buying because demand.
Yep, you got it. It's our fault. It's our fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. How dare you buy stuff? That's what they're saying. Amazing. Amazing.
demand is up because income is up.
People have more money, expendable resources. Their wages are up. More people.
That's incredible. That's incredible. There's supply chain problems because people have more money. All right, that's how it's going. And what was it you were talking about? High inflation just not long ago. Who's printing all this money? Where's it coming from? What does that do to the value of that money? But nonetheless, I mean, how comes that's happening in fucking October, where last year, Black Friday, end of November, there was no supply chain issues then, and people spend, believe me, people spend over the Black Friday weekend more than they do the whole of the previous 2 months. There wasn't any problems last year, but people are spending money. Everything's great. America's rocking. People have got money. The supply chains are a good thing. This problem is a good thing. It just shows, yay, America, people are buying. These people are nuts. They're mad. And they're mad because they think they can get away with it.
Are working than they were a year ago.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Jen Psaki. I mean, you know what? When this Bo Jiden farce finally comes to an end, Psaki is going to go down as one of the main players. You know, one of those. I'll tell you what. She's going to be. Oh, my girlfriend's on the blower. She won't be happy. Full moon, innit? She's not going to like this. My love? Darling?
Yeah.
I'm making a video, my love.
Okay, now listen now.
All right, love. Get a good night's sleep. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll send you a message when I'm finished. If you're awake, call me.
Okay.
I love you, cheeky chicken.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye. They're like a different person, aren't they? I've put it in my phone. I've put these few days in my phone. So next month when that comes up, I'll remember to get the fuck out of here. Psaki is gonna be the equivalent. What did they call him? What was it? Chemical Ali? Do you remember that bloke when Iraq was just getting absolutely shredded to pieces, and he'd come on telly laughing, going, "Ha ha ha! We cut the head off the snake." Ha 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 ha. And it'll be like, no, did you see that you've been bombed to pieces? And they'll be going, yes, we win the war. America snake, we cut head off snake. Ha ha ha. I reckon that's it. Comical Ali. Chemical Ali was another bloke, wasn't he? That's right. Comical Ali, that figure amongst that madness, Psaki's going to be like that. One of the characters from this bizarre soap opera that is the American administration. It's shocking, absolutely shocking. Right? Yes, that's it. That's absolutely it. It's madness. That's it. Comical Ali. Fruit Snake says, I saw a video of a snake eating its own tail the other day. I don't. That's what. Oi, Fruit Snake. Is that a reference to Jen Psaki circling back on herself? I wouldn't want to see her eat her own tail. The shivers. Fruit Snake said it looked like a donut. Circle jerk Psaki. Yeah. Apparently, I meant Baghdad Bob. I think I meant Comical Ali. Let me have a look. I remember what he looked like. I'll see if we can find a video of Comical Ali. Baghdad Bob. I've never heard of him, but let's see. Comical Ali. Maybe it was a bit pre-internet. No, here he is. There we are. Best of Comical Ali, the Iraqi information minister. Let's have a look at the best of Comical Ali. Remember these? Oh my God! What the fuck just happened? Was I hallucinating? This is really weird. There's a subliminal advert. There's like a watch closely, right? There's a little, Moslab. I think Comical Alley was a play on words of Chemical Alley, wasn't he? Comical Alley, yes. Watch this video, because just when I pressed play and I came back to you to check it, in my periphery, I thought I saw like a Thai prostitute go, but just for a split second, almost like a blip vert. Oh, but it's there. And it's got nothing to do with Comical Alley whatsoever. Chrome Dome Amiga says Comical Alley. You mean like the world right now? Yep. And we're all dancing down there and the street lights don't work and there's a dead body in the trash can. Check out the weird little blip vert at the beginning. It's to get you going, oh, so you enjoy the video. I might have to start doing it. You no need to get angry about it. I will look up Baghdad Bob. But first of all, we're going to look at Comical Alley. It says best of Comical Alley. But check out the little intro. It's quite subtle. Here we go. Oh, sorry, people. The mouse. It weren't the mouse's fault. I was actually going to blame the mouse then. I just forgot to press audio. Right. Don't forget to check out the little blip vert.
What is the message that you want to send to the inside?
Well, it's the same message. We will defeat them. We will fight them till we clean our country from their dirts. Thank you very much.
The funny thing about him, of course, was they were just getting absolutely smashed to pieces. And every day he just kept coming on saying, yeah, you know, it's going great. It's going great. Did you see it, Jess? It was peculiar, wasn't it? There you go. Okay, so Baghdad Bob, Comical Alley. Good Lord, it's like Persian Tell and Terry the Greek here. Here we go. There you go. Brandon. Good call, Willow. Right, where are we going here? Let me have a look. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Let's see a little bit more of him.
Shock and awe. Shock and awe. It seems that both are on them. They are suffering from shock and awe.
I don't know if you quite worked out what happened then. The journalist said to him, shock and awe. And he learnt those words and he cleverly turned it back to him and went, they are suffering from shock and awe. That's quite clever. I see what he done there. Switcheroony. Look at him laughing, though. I can't believe he's laughing while Iraq burns.
Good morning, everybody. اليوم كما تابعتم بدأ طغاة العصر. I'm sure they are stupid and they will never succeed. But at the same time, this is a good testimony. This is a good proof that they are criminals and they are killers and they are believing in assassinations. So I think they should be condemned. They are stupid and condemned.
Look at him laughing. Well, there you go, people. And in about 3-4 years' time, there will be videos, best bits of Jen Psaki. Absolutely mad. Moslab, when are the midterms? When exactly are they? I'm gonna prepare my my 12-hour stream because it's going to be bliss. So over the last few days, we've been keeping an eye on what's going on in Italy. Well, this is fresh from today. They are still at it, people. They're not letting up in sunny Italy. And if I remember rightly, it would seem to me they're still saying they're still singing what Tim Harrison said they were singing, which was something about we're free and we will never not be free. Pagan came in with November the 22nd, and Moslab said November the 8th. So a whole year. I mean, I don't know if America's going to fucking survive that long, the way these fuckers are tearing it to pieces. But Moslab and all American brothers and sisters, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about the midterms? As far as I can work out, it's going to be a bloodbath. How can anyone go, yeah, we want more of this? I mean, the 7 members of Pantifa will probably still get their votes in. Right, I've got something very nice for you now. What's going on? Oh, that's a terrible shame. I see it more as a sign of things to come. You know, I would certainly hope it's going to be a little bit more significant than that. I suppose it can be a slap on the wrist if it's like a few minor changes, but I don't think it will be a few minor changes. I think it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. But, you know, sorry, I just got a work message come through. HMRC owe us £8,000. They haven't given it to us. Right, so we've talked about the Critical Drinker on this channel a few times lately, and if you're into movies and you're not subscribed to the Critical Drinker, I don't think you're into movies, because obviously I'm exaggerating, but he's really good, and he does work with the likes of Mauler and Nerdrotic and all that lot. And that fella, the other fella that Willow Wookie keeps talking about, I can't remember his name because he's got 2 names. But one of the interesting things about Critical Drinker is his ongoing absolute hatred of Brie Larson, who's one of the most arrogant, unpleasant, dislikable and disliked actresses Hollywood has ever managed to spit out of its back end. And so her management, obviously, this is going back a couple of years, but once she was the most powerful superhero in the world, which she literally was, like a god. So whenever she turns up in the film, she has to fuck off and do something else, because if she was there, she can just do everything. She is the Mary Sue of all Mary Sues. So because her management were like, you do realise, Brie, that no one likes you because you're absolutely disgusting, self-aggrandizing, virtue signaling, narcissistic, psychotic, Machiavellian piece of shit. It would probably be a good idea if maybe you, you know, stepped down a little bit, got off your high horse a little bit, and started mingling with the proletariat. Oh, whoa, Brie. No, you don't actually have to go near them. You don't have to talk to them. Oh, well, we wouldn't expect that of you. But maybe set up your own YouTube channel. And the Critical Drinker had a little look at her YouTube channel. Willow says, when she fought Thanos, I was rooting for Thanos. Well, the thing is, with the skills and strength she's shown before, she could have taken on Thanos single-handedly. You didn't need the rest of them. They were almost like in the way. It was bullshit. So, good call, Grego. So let's see what the Critical Drinker has to say about her first attempt on YouTube. And he absolutely nails it. He absolutely nails it. Check her out lying. Check her out pretending to be someone else. Because if you're not liked and you're in the movies, people are going to stop casting you. You know, it's not about the character, it's about the actress. And people are like, you know, this is why Keanu Reeves, Matrix, John Wick, Bill and Ted's, was that his or was it the other one? I can never remember. He's a likable bloke, Keanu Reeves. He can't act to save his life, but he doesn't need to because he does films like The Matrix and John Wick. I love John Wick and I love The Matrix, number one. So this is a blatant little setup by management, and it's a a massive failure. You've never heard of her, Brie Larson. Oh, come on, man. Surely you should have done. It was Bill and Ted. Okay, thanks. There's the other one. I always get confused. You know, excellent. There was another one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Check it. Hang on a minute, you little buggers. I made a mistake. Here we go. So Brie Larson is being more likable. Let's see how well it goes.
I love talking to people. I love learning. I love food. I love video games.
Oh my god, me too. Who would have thought that two people from different parts of the world could have such quirky, specific interests in common? Now let's talk a bit more about video games, because if there's one thing YouTube lacks right now, it's people with a deep knowledge and interest in video games.
Me too. What do you play?
Uh-oh, she just asked a specific question and the clock's ticking. Quick, Bree, think of a game. Any game. Just name a video game that's popular right now.
Mostly Nintendo.
Nailed it.
So you're talking about Fortnite?
Absolutely. Fortnite. You play Fortnite?
Yes.
I'm willing to bet my life savings that Brie Larson absolutely does not play Fortnite.
Because I think that it's about being myself.
It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I like eating. I like drinking, watching movies, video games, YouTube. Right, now, moving on swiftly, but that's bullshit. She just couldn't do it. She could not do it. Right. Rags sent me a few things, and there was one of them, if I can find it again. No, I can't watch that again. That thing at Wembley just done my head in. Oh, what one was I going to show? This is a bit of a shame because I'm probably going to get a copyright for it, but we'll watch a bit of it because it's worth it. Okay, people. So we had your friend of mine, Greta Thunberg, yesterday, Rick rolling herself. The only person to Rick roll themselves. Did I tell you I met Rick Astley? Did I tell you the story? I was given a really weird story, right? I was given a job. A screenwriter asked me if I would have a look at his script, right? And help him make some changes because he'd reached a limit and he couldn't get any further with it. And I said, all right, well, it's going to be a monkey, right? Like 500 quid. And he said, yeah, no problem. And so he gave me the script and it was fucking shit, right? So I had a little flick through it and I give him a few suggestions. And so he said, all right then, okay. He said, when will you get them done by? And I said, well, we're going to have to negotiate fee. He said, we'd already done that. And I went, eh? He said, you said 500 quid. I said, no, that was for the reading and telling you the problems. I'm not going to fucking write your script for 500 quid. Anyway, we negotiated another fee, 6,000. And I took it away and rewrote it and made it into something that never got made because it was shit. But it was certainly better than what he gave me. Anyway, when I had to give him the hard copy, he said, yeah, I'm in a studio in Notting Hill or something. And I've gone up there and his assistant opened the door. And, you know, these people, so much money and no talent. It's always the people with talent ain't got a penny. And you know, he had like proper offices and everything. He never had a film made, never had a screenplay or anything taken up. And I turned up with it and that. I was only there to get my check. And his assistant opened the door and she said, hey, he's upstairs in his office. And I've gone up there and he's gone, oh, right. He said, before we go through it, should we grab a cup of coffee or something? I said, yeah, all right, tea. And we go downstairs and there's a music studio in the same building. And I was like, what's that? And he said it's a music studio. He said, go in if you want to have a look. And I said, yeah, I wanted, you know, all the desks and all the booths. And they were mixing music in there. And so he's knocked on the door. He said, it's all right if a mate comes in and just has a listen. And this bloke who didn't turn around has gone, yeah, no problem. So I've gone in there and I'm listening and he's on the desk. And it was sort of going down, and he was like moving the faders and all that. And it stopped. And I shit you not, he went. Rick Astley. It was Rick Astley. And he went, what do you make of that? I was just like, I just thought, oh, hello, Rick. And I just went, nice. And I just thought, get me out of here. I don't want to be this close to Rick Astley. And that's my meeting Rick Astley story. So anyway, we had Greta Thunberg yesterday, Rick-rolling ourselves. Let's see, she has other musical talents, it would appear. Now, I don't mean to blow you out of the water, Lumi, but Greta is going to probably do it. Here we go. Let me know you can hear it.
Blah, blah, blah. 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 Politically correct. Blah, blah, blah. Reenact. Blah, blah, blah. Bunny hugging. Blah, blah, blah. Build back better. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
There it is again.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Did you see Let's Go Brandon? Just dropping it in because it's there. Absolutely fantastic. Right. Let's watch some Enoch Powell. An absolutely classic interview. And I'll tell you what's interesting about this interview. We'll watch all of it. It's only a couple of minutes. Well, I'll tell you what I like about it. There you go. I'll tell you what's amazing about this. I'm just going to refresh entropy because it looks like it's playing up. Either that or no one's donating to some of the best. Yeah, it's not working. That is not right. So if you've donated on entropy in the last 20 minutes and I haven't called it out, here we go. We're going to be all right. Yes, we're back. Apologies. Here we go. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Oh, now there's nothing in there. If anyone's put anything in entropy, I apologize. I will look at my account later, but there's nothing showing in there. But, you know. It certainly is, Rags. It certainly is. Now, what's interesting in this? What? Greta? No. I pulled an autistic bird once before by accident. It's quite a funny story, actually. I was in the student bar. And so here's what happened, right? I'll give you the full version. I'll try and keep it brief, but it won't be. It'll be really long. So there was this beautiful Vietnamese girl. I might be able to show you what she looks like because she got quite famous on the old violin, but spelling her name's going to be a bit weird. And you know what it's like with the old Vietnamese names. I think it was Patton, wasn't it? Was it Chris Patton? Was the he was the English ambassador in Hong Kong, and he was out there until they give it back to China, and they said, "Have you seen many changes since you've been out in Hong Kong?" And he said, "Well, there's obviously been some cultural changes, but." The thing that stands out most is when I came here, I was a young man, and now I've got more chins than the Shanghai phone directory. You know, that ain't bad. More chins than the Shanghai phone book. So let me see if I can find a picture of this bird because it does make a difference because she's very, very nice looking. Oh, is that her? I think that is her actually. But this might be a bit bad. I shouldn't show it, should I? That's wrong. Right, there's a little bit of morals and ethics there demonstrated by me, which has surprised me as much as you, I can assure you. Now, so she was beautiful, right? And she fancied my mate Jimmy. And she was always talking to me going, "Oh, I love him. I really love him." And I was like, "Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay." But she just kept on at me about it. And then one day she said, but I'm scared because I don't know what to do. No, this isn't the Spurg, Grego. We'll get to the Spurg. We'll get there. And she said, but I've never done anything like that with a man before. And so I said, look, if you want me to help you out with that side of things, I don't mind. I will, I'll put myself on that. It's a dirty job, but I'll do it. If you want me to show you the ropes, love, I will. And she said, mind-blowingly, she said, okay. And I was like, yeah? I was like, what? Didn't expect that to turn out. And I said, all right, then, what about this evening? I'll bring some flowers and some red wine. I actually took a bottle of gin. So I turned up at her house, showered, bathed. Well, I cleaned my feet because I had trench foot. And so I've gone in her room and I was like, so, exactly, Billy, exactly. I had to, exactly. And so I said to her, well, what do you want to know then? And she was like, well, I've never, I don't know how to suck a willy. And I was like, well, that one's quite easy. Here. Okay. And then she, thank you, Arklow Rocks. Exactly. I mean, I had things to do. I had homework and shit. I had a project on. I mean, going up to, have sex with the absolutely beautiful Vietnamese girl. And she was all dressed up for it as well. I mean, thankfully. And so she just started going, she was looking at, I think the men will get this a bit more than the women, or maybe not. She was looking up at me going, like this? And I was going, like that. Hello, Howard. Long time no see. I was at art school, and she kept telling me she fancied my mate, but she didn't know what to do. So I said, I'll help you out. And she said, okay. And that's where we are now. So she was going looking at me, going like this. And I was going, yeah, a bit faster. And she was just staring in my eyes. That's what you want, isn't it? And I was just going, fucking hell. And then when it was almost time, I said, right, well, should we move on to something a little bit more adventurous? And she said, okay. So then we're, legs akimbo, in I jumped. And I must admit, at that point, it was less me teaching her and more her learning. If it's a subtle difference. More me teaching her and less me teaching her and more her just laying there while I... Anyway, the next day, she was a bit shy and she said that James had found out that I fucked her and that he didn't want to know her because I'd stained her. So she wasn't happy. When I say James had found out, I went home and he went, where you been? I went, I just fucked that bird who fancies you. And he went, fuck me, man. Right, okay, so that's a little bit. Right, and then, no, she's not autistic. Right, then, she stopped talking to me. She was like, traumatized. No, she was like not into me as a friend afterwards, which I no jokes. I thought that was a bit shitty actually because, I didn't do anything she didn't want to do. She was game, and to suddenly just blank me, it was like, oh, bloody hell, woman. At least I held it in so that you could have about 0.2 of an orgasm. Anyway, about 2 months later, she had this absolute salt of a friend come to her college, come to visit her at art school, and she was fucking, 10 out of 10, just, oh my gosh. So I've clocked her in the bar, and you got to remember, in those days I was hot, right? I was really sexy bloke, and I just thought, must tap. There's would tap, will tap, must tap, and have tapped, and it was must tap. So every time the Vietnamese girl sort of left, I was sort of letting her know that I was interested. And she was like, and sort of, the things girls do. And she got the Vietnamese girl drunk so that she could, you know, do the off with me. And then she said, look, we've only got about 20 minutes before she's going to be wondering where I am. And I said, well, I live the other side of town. And she said, I said, can't we just use, well, call the Vietnamese girl Joe, right? She said, can't we just use Joe's room? She went, I ain't got a key. I went, no, you don't need to worry about that, love. I got magic fingers. Oh. So we've gone to Joe's room and we're in, right? So it's all mad, and you know, we're 18 years old, smashing things over, things are getting knocked over. I've got up on the desk, on the bed, and the bed's like wooden slats, and I can hear them cracking, snapping. And it's just two 18-year-olds. I mean, fuck me, you know, it's like a whirlwind of love and passion just bouncing around the room. Nice one, Vinny. Marciano Capace Tazzato. That's really, really kind of you. And you get a little bit more airtime. And it was just fucking great. And she loved it as well, right? Until the moment when we were both like in that moment of, and she was like, and of course Joe comes in. How you'll get my room? How you'll get in my room? And we were like, and her mate was going, right? And of course she's just watching this, and her room is fucked, and that's a little bit unkind, but you know, it's 50-50. And I didn't actually break into her room. It was non-destructive entry. So that happened, right? And we drank a bottle of her gin. When we got in there, before we got active, there was a bottle of gin on the side. So we both just had like a good, and then she had a good, like, you know, like a pre-fuck 18-year-old tipple. And so she went mad, you know, she was like a mad old fishwife going, and was like throwing things at me. And I was out in the corridor, Starkus, with my boots coming out, hitting me. I was just going, calm down, just fuck. And everyone laughing, all the other students were coming out laughing and that. No iPhones and that in those days, thankfully. And I was just going, and then, of course, once the door slammed and I could hear them two arguing, and I was shit-faced. I was just thinking, fucking hell. No pants, just my trousers and my penguin, dinner jacket. And I was knocking on the door. I was going, I need my pants. The door opened about an inch, and she sort of threaded my pants. So I got my pants on. Right, she hated me even more then, right? About a month later, she had a friend visit her at college. Smoking hot. Just so hot. And I was thinking, oh, come on, man. This is getting ridiculous now. And I was like, must tap. And so when Joe had gone to another part of the bar, I've moved over and I've gone, so you're a friend of Joe's, right? And she went, yeah, and let me guess, you're Chris Dangerfield. I went, well, it would appear my reputation has preceded me. And she was like, yeah. She went, where'd you live? I went, I got a place in town. She went, well, come on then. And I went, okay, wicked. Got a taxi, went to my house. Now, in my house, I had loads of magic mushrooms drying everywhere because it was the start of the autumn season. And so we've chucked a load of those down, washed them down with a fair amount of gin, had sex, and then afterwards she went, anyway, look, I better go. And I was like, all right. So she got a taxi, and I was just on the bed, like half asleep. Went, no, do what you have to do, love. No, thanks for coming over. It's been lovely. But when I woke up in the morning, I noticed that loads of mushrooms had gone, far more than we'd eaten the night before. Like a couple of 100 had been scraped up, and I thought, cheeky bitch. If she'd have said, can I take a load of these mushrooms? I'd have said, yeah, no worries. No worries whatsoever. But she just nicked them. So in the canteen the next day, I see her and Joe. And I go over there and I go away. I go, that was nice last night, wasn't it? And like Joe's just going, go away. You fuck two friends, me and me. Fuck you. Go away. I said, can I have those mushrooms back? And she looked all like sheepish. And she was like, what mushrooms? I went, look, just give them back. You haven't had them. You haven't had 200 odd mushrooms since last night. And she went, I don't know what you're talking about. So back round to her room, let myself in again. There were my mushrooms, a lot more than I initially assumed. I thought, cheeky bastard, I'll take them back. Put them in my pocket. Bottle of gin. I'll have that as well. Of course, later that night, Joe's come up to me in the bar. Where my gin? Where you take gin fucking twice? 2 girlfriends fuck me and take gin. And I was like, hang on, what gin? And I played back to her the what mushrooms. I was like, what gin? Don't know what you're talking about. Right? So this has all happened. 2 months later, right, I do 3 penguins. You know the Penguin Publishers logo? It was very strong acid. And we knew they were strong because we'd all done 1 the week before. And I had 3 of them that night. It was a Friday night. I was 19 years old. The world was my clam. As one door closes, another one shuts, all that stuff. And it was just bliscuits. And I was in the student bar and all the women looked like Egyptian goddesses and the music just sounded incredible. And it was like, this is fucking wow. You know, it's like when you're young and when you're young and tripping and in lust. And she turns up with this red hot bird. She's got another friend visit her. And she's absolutely stonking. And I'm like, oh no, must tap. But I'm a little bit handicapped, like a horse. I'm not functioning. 3 strong blotters is quite a lot of acid. On top of about 9 pints of Guinness as I was trying to drown the acid out. But no, that weren't working. And so anyway, I've swanned over to her at some point when Joe's drunk and talking with other people, and there was a couple of beaters on her, like, meh, and I just sort of went over and went, no, go away, you two. I was like, it's not Buffalo Soldier. And she sort of went, I think I've heard about you. I went, yeah, nice. Parkinson, beautiful shoulders, I can see your boobs. I said, showing her your friend's room. And she was like, yeah, all right. I thought, wow, I don't even know what's going on. And I've pulled her 3rd hot friend. So we go round to Thingy's room. We get in there and I just take my top off. I just think, fuck it, I'm going to go for the macho. I just took the top off and I was like, right, let's make this happen. I'm thinking we've probably got about 15 minutes till old Joe realises I'm banging her 3rd friend. She's going to come in here and this time I might get a claw hammer in the back of the head. So I was like, let's get busy. And then there was this weird moment where the girl went, what do you like to do? And I was like, what do I like to do? Shocking her. And I said, well, I'm at art school. And then I started thinking what I like to do, and on acid, that's a fucking big question. And I was like, well, some things about swords, once martial artists, but I'm not an artist, but I'm not a martial artist, but, and then it all started getting a bit weird. And then she was sort of like, I do needlecraft. And I was like, ah. And then I thought, hang on a minute, is she mentally ill? But it's kind of hard to tell when you're tripping because everyone looks mentally ill. But she looked really mentally ill. And I was just sitting next to her on the bed then while she was going, come to visit. Maybe 4 days. You're 7, maybe, perhaps 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. And of course, then she comes in, Jo comes in, and she just went slapping me. And I was just tripping, getting beaten up by this Vietnamese girl. And I let her usher me out. In fairness, I was like, thank fuck for this. I was like, no, stop it. I want to stay and have sex with that lunatic there. And of course, the next day at college, she come up to me and she said that she's mental. She's mental. She's a mental girl. She had a nervous breakdown. She was on like weekend release. And she brought her up to college to meet some interesting people. And all she got was me standing in a room with no top on, tripping, going, I like the smell of your ears. Do you want to touch my elbows one at a time? You can slice the air. Yeah, it was, in a way, it was her revenge, I think. I think that she thought, right, so I'm witnessing a pattern here. He's fucked me. He's fucked her. He's fucked her. I'll bring the lunatic in and then send him to prison. But luckily, I didn't lay a finger on her spasticated body. So there you go. It was a rather long story. Well, no, Fruit Snake. The mad ones are drawn to me. I mean, when you're on acid, you're just drawn. You know, you could have put a clock in front of me, and I'd have probably tried to fuck it at some point that night. Anyway, this is a rather strange jump to Enoch Powell. But let's listen to Enoch Powell. What's interesting about this, and what I like about this, I'll see if I can get her on the channel. I met her in a Vietnamese restaurant in Soho, actually, and I almost said to her, "Do you want to come home? I live just no, okay." So what's interesting about well, yeah, but you know, it doesn't look good though, does it? It wouldn't have looked good. It wouldn't have looked good. What's interesting about this interview is the interviewer, although he's a twit, he actually lets him speak, and it's like a different world. You know, can you imagine them interviewing someone like Enoch Powell today? I mean, look at the way they deal with Mark in the Times and all that. It's just nonsense. But he actually does let him speak. It's rather interesting. I mean, most of you, or definitely some of you, will have seen this. But what a different time when you could actually have Enoch Powell on, you know, mainstream TV talking about very important subjects. And I have just fucked that up. Let's try again. But yeah, obviously listen to Enoch, but it's interesting that this was broadcast on television.
Those immigrants who were born here.
To where they wanted to go. In most cases, they are the citizens of their countries of origin, although born in this country.
40% of the total immigrant population, I think, were born in this country.
Yes, and a high proportion of those are citizens of their countries of origin, under the laws of their countries of origin. So I'm dealing with the question of a legal difficulty, in that there isn't a legal home any longer.
Now, you describe it as their home.
Yes, well, of course it is.
They've never seen it, of course.
Well, an Englishman born to missionaries in China is still an Englishman.
We're not talking about those numbers. We're talking about a lot of people, Mr. Powell.
Quite so, but we are talking about them individually. Yes. Now, let's go back to my Englishman, the second generation, born of missionaries in China. His home is England. He's always thought it's his home.
Even though
no one would doubt that it was his home. His home certainly isn't China, unless indeed he has opted out of his citizenship and opted out of his attachment.
Now, how would you deprive these people born here of their British citizenship?
I don't know what you mean by British citizenship.
Well, they believe that they're British, you see, and they're born here, and therefore they would argue that this is their home.
Well, they don't argue that this is their home. The majority of them regard India or Jamaica or wherever it may be as their home. It is simply unrealistic to pretend that these people...
And it's a you know, I can't believe this point is still being argued today. How many of these people call themselves like African English? You know, and African usually gets the first word. you know, you're Bengali English. Well, you know, it's one or the other. And I tend to know what one they'll prioritize when it comes to their culture, their ancestry. And I also know which one they'll prioritize when it comes to where they want to live. But, you know, it's mad that this argument still goes on, you know.
Born here in increasingly massive numbers regard this country as their home. Because they are born in this territory, our law, which has a feudal basis, treats them as it were as a product of the soil and appropriates them. They are born within the dominion. But in the eyes of the law of their own countries, they are citizens of a country's of origin.
They hold a passport, Mr. Powell, which says British subject and citizen of the United Kingdom and Colonies.
And they also have a right to hold a passport of their country of origin.
But they hold a British passport.
No,
Oh,
it depends
for
which
fuck's sake. I mean, what a silly point. They hold a passport. Does that change your ancestry? Does that change your culture? Or is it a legal document? I mean, is he really saying that? Because in saying that, and you know, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Maybe a legal document is your culture. I tend to think otherwise, but hey, you know. Exactly, Gaffney. Exactly. It's administration, isn't it?
What they apply for.
Well, they hold a British passport.
They are entitled to a British passport. But I do wish you would cease to be so inhuman as to treat this as a matter of a travel document which a person holds.
Exactly.
And pay attention to the humane and deep meaning of the concept of home. And what I have to tell you is that for these people, it is insulting to tell them that this country is their home.
Yep.
It is as insulting as it would be to tell an Englishman born of English parents in India that therefore India and not England is his home.
So good, Enoch Powell. How they sold him out was just disgraceful. Cheryl Peters says, I think I love you even more after those absurd, hilarious shenanigans. Funny shit, Dangerfield. We would have been good friends in my earlier days. Oh, we're good friends now, Cheryl Peters. Cheryl, have you seen some of my old videos? There's plenty more of that, where that came from. He certainly was. He was a master of about 7 languages, if I'm right. I think the geezer could. Am I confusing him with the other fellow? Hang on. Yeah, I think Enoch Powell could speak about 13 languages or something. Let's have a look. Hang on. Oh, sorry about the dead air time. 1 second. Powell, okay, where we go. As well as his education at Cambridge, Powell took a course in Urdu at the School of Oriental Studies, now the School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London, because he felt that his long-cherished ambition of becoming Viceroy of India would be unattainable without the knowledge of the Indian language. Later, during his political career, he would speak to his Indian-born constituents in Urdu. Powell went on to learn other languages, including Welsh, modern Greek and Portuguese. You know, amazing that, you know, this racist could speak Urdu. Very, very funny situation. But, you know, I think the interesting thing, and this is why they don't like talking about him, because pretty much everything he said, arguably, you got to be careful, came to pass, you know, looked at from a certain angle, came to pass. Not necessarily. I disagree. You know, there's always a place for student exchanges. We had student exchanges. I went on the French exchange. Yeah, you can read about that. You can listen to that story as well. I went on the student exchange when I was about 13. That was glorious. That was absolutely glorious. Was there anything here I wanted to show today? Oh, yes. We're going to lighten things up now. It's been a while since I've dined out. Whoa. It's been a while since we had some of this, so I think it's time. I think we all need a little bit of lightening up. And it's your friend and mine. Since everything is so bad in Australia right now, I think it's only right that we have a good laugh with your friend of mine, Aussie Man. Let's go.
Welcome back to Australia, Kakadu to be specific. Here we have a hungry crocodile. One thing we like to do down under is get close to hungry crocodiles. I understand that seems weird to the rest of the world, but yeah, it's a classic tradition for young and old. Oh, he whacks the boat with his tail and appears to vanish. It's a trick though. He's definitely not gone. He's sticking out a little bit. You see him sticking out. Yeah, there's his face. He's like, what are you looking at?
It's very strange to people like Moslab and I'm sure a few other people who have encountered these creatures many times. To me, they're just, it's like a dinosaur. To me, this is like CGI. I can't quite believe that these creatures exist. It's just so see you later, Ian. Take care, son. It's just so out of my reality that these things are real. They're incredible.
I'm just a piece of driftwood. I'm a chunk of seaweed. I'm not a fucking threat to you at all, mate. We Australians, of course, don't fall for that. We're pretty hard to trick, not including...
Amazing how it's swimming, right? That thing is swimming, but it's the top of it, the bit that's sticking out the water, the bit that is obviously... Lumi says they are dinosaurs. Well, there you go. Well, yeah. Well, Grego says unchanged for 65 million years. Wow. Except for the handbags and shoes, of course, and they've certainly made a difference. But it's incredible that the part of its body that I assume it assumes its prey can see is almost motionless, which is amazing.
Including the telemarketer bloke that got $500 out of me last week. Besides that, we're hard to trick. Oh, bugger me sideways. That smaller croc better move its ass. The big mofo has decided the...
How long is that? Moslab, oh, come on, man. Help us out. I've never seen one. That's got to be, what, 13 foot long? 14? That's fucking massive. Bald G. The real Bald G. Mousecat, hello, mate. I didn't know you were here. Why they got the grippy bit on the top? Because it looks nice on your handbag. That's the side of your handbag, isn't it? You reckon that's about 12 foot, John? It's quite incredible. I have to say, it's quite incredible. Let's continue.
Boat of tourists is a little impractical to eat, so he has a new target. I'd say he probably doesn't get full from eating fish either.
Wow.
He's like Kenny Banya in Seinfeld, bloody yelling fish isn't a meal to whoever will listen. Anyway, enough small talk. A few stalking moments later and that little bastard is cornered. Run away, move us. Oh, he managed to dodge to the left. The little prick is more nimble than the big
Well, hang on. Is this a thing? Do crocodiles eat crocodiles? Steve Cray has seen them bigger in India. Scared you shitless. Yeah, I'd be terrified. Oh, my God. I have heard that they can sleep for some time. Vincent says they survived mass extinction by burying themselves deep underground and going into stasis for years. Yeah, I don't know a lot about them, next to nothing, but that does remind me of someone said they can get their heartbeat down to something like 1 a day or something ridiculous like that. And if you can do that, you can go into stasis. So they do. They eat each other. The big ones eat the little ones. Well, that's the story of our lives, isn't it, really? They're probably fighting over territory. Okay. Gajettel says, I'd wager they're not very picky. All right, let's see what happens.
Mofo. So this could be a close fight. Nah. I'm a shithouse gambler. This is over. Always put a bit of money on the favourite. This ended quicker than that 9-second MMA knockout video I commentated back in 2015.
Wow.
Unless it's not over till it's over. You know, this video could turn into one of the greatest comeback stories of the modern era. We just have to sit and wait a while.
I'm sorry, people. I just need to look at that. Look at that beast. Look at it. I'm sorry. I do apologise for the interruptions and that, but I just can't. I'm blown away by it. I'm blown away by that creature. Look at that. It's on the earth. It's amazing. Amazing. Wow. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit too into crocodiles.
Greatest comeback stories of the modern era. We just have to sit and wait a while. The little wanker could have a strategy. This is all part of a greater strategy. I've always thought the pretending to be dead strategy is a cracker. Anytime I watch a war movie, I'm like...
I mean, so, people who know crocodiles and people who'd like to take a guess, what are they actually doing? How do you reckon how's he killing it? Is he cutting off its air supply? It's a croc eat croc world. Gaffney says it looks like the rats around his way. I'll tell you what, we've got big rats out here and all. Do you remember my bag of so what is going on here? What's he gonna do? It's all essential, is it, John? They're only in desperation or accident, like pike. So pike eat pike, do they? JC, hello, dual citizen. That's a nipper. They caught a 21-foot one in the Philippines. Fucking Ada. I'd guess he's trying to close its carotid artery. What, you reckon he's got that kind of precision? Loki reckons he's just crushing it. It's foreplay. Oh, okay. You're going a completely different angle. You bite your missus' head. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Like there's nothing wrong with being the bloke that pretends to be dead in the middle of no man's land. Nothing the matter with that whatsoever. Okay. Nah. I think he might actually be fucking dead. The big mofo is singing dragging you to my lair. Dragging you to my lair. Yeah. Oh, he moved a little bit. Nah. Let's hear from one of the commentators down at ground level.
Right, so hang on a minute. Can these things breathe underwater, or can he actually drown it? Well, Loki is quite interesting because much like my bull terrier, I'm sure I know that I don't know how much force they've got, but they haven't got a very big opening force. And apparently you can hold a crocodile's mouth closed because it hasn't got a big force going that way. And a human can hold its mouth shut easily. But if you get in it, it's curtains for you. There'll be no more piano playing. So he's drowning it, is he? But for him to take it underwater, surely he's going underwater as well. So, see what I'm saying? It snaps shut. Good Lord, I bet it does. It doesn't have gills. Yeah, but here's my point, Moslem. I've never seen one before. But if he's taking the other one underwater to drown it, why won't he drown as well? Has he got bigger lungs or something? I don't know. Kajetals just said from National Geographic. Okay. A bit random, but I like you, Kajetal, so we'll continue.
Oh, yuck. Beautifully summed up, really. It's a global view of Australia. Look,
and so you can see his snout is still sticking out the water. He's still got his breath. Rag says they can hold their breath for 40 minutes. But, the old big boy, if you look at my mouse, he's got his snout. He's still getting air. But the other one, so if he's going to sit there for 40 minutes, is he? While the other one just goes, ouch. I mean, this is making my migraines feel like nothing. Let's continue.
It's not true that everything in Australia can kill you, but most crocodiles in Australia can absolutely fair dinkum fuck you up. Yeah, and kill you. Thank you, Brendan, for sending me your video there from
Well, there you go. We don't need to see much more of him. I preferred it when I didn't know what he looked like. But that was a crocodile eating a crocodile. Absolutely insane. Moslab don't like him. One of them killed his dog, and he used to have to chase him off his lawn. All you got to chase off your lawn in England is the enrichment. Right, 118. If you're not subscribed to my Substack, link in the description. New story might be coming out tonight, but there's 12 in the archive. They've all been written over the last few months, so they're my premium stuff. They're not edited though. I'm not paying an editor from the fucking Substack. Thank you, Rags and Moslab, for looking after the place. Thank you to the very few people who donated, but thank you very much anyway. Thank you to everyone who got involved in the chat. People have been saying the streams are on fire, but you lot are as well, and that helps me. So absolutely wonderful. It's lovely streaming twice a day again, and I will see you Friday morning. And if you think I was a little bit hyper at the start of this stream, you wait till tomorrow morning. I will be... okay. I can't put that on the screen. Okay, people, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. It's Friday tomorrow. It's the weekend essentially, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this stream. Look after yourselves. Take care. This is the real Bally G with the Crocodile song. Bosh. Nice one, Doc Shelley. See you later, MSM. Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. Yeah. Sorry, people, I'm having to sort something out in the background. It doesn't appear to be working. Anyway. Where's Doc Shelley's one gone? What the fuck is happening? Nice one, JC. No apologies. No one ever needs to apologise. It's an absolute privilege that you watch the streams, really. Come on. I appreciate your gesture, but honestly, you don't need to. Underneath the wave, I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. A woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. Chrissy, cheers, Chrissy. Don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but Juicy Squirrels is superb. Struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. Yeah, thumbs up will be handy. Deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave. Nice one, Scar. Nice one, 42. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Yeah. Mod Patrol. Good call. Oh, lovely. I had a nice steak yesterday, actually. Only a bit of rump, but it was all right.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my way.
Nice one, Wolfie. Hello, Anglo-Saxon. Good to see you, mate.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep.
Get on that Substack if you haven't already. The new one's an absolute bomb of a story. They are the mods, they are the mods, they are the mods. Yeah. All right, people, I've had an absolute blast doing this. I'll see you tomorrow morning about 9:30 UK time.